So I stopped saving money. And I did this one thing with dividend income that I'm about to share with you today. And as a result of that, I'm now making $480 extra per year. What? So let's relate this for a second to a job. You go to your job, and one magical Monday morning when you're like, oh God, it's a Monday, your boss walks in. Your boss says, hey, you know what? Starting today, I'm gonna pay you $480 more per year. I mean, what are you gonna think? Drop a comment down below. You're probably gonna be a little bit startled. You're gonna be kind of excited because you got yourself a raise. And you might be a little bit skeptical. What's the catch? This is a random raise. But I'm gonna share something with you today by taking my savings and turning that into a cash-making machine. So let's get out of the job mindset for a second and get into the sweet life millionaire mindset. So if you're ready to learn a lot of cool stuff today, all I ask, tap the like button down below. It helps this video and it helps the channel push out to more people so that they can learn this stuff, so they can live their ultimate sweet life when it comes down to personal finance. So I had a total of $13,000. Wow, that's a lot, right? But I'm gonna explain how exactly that happened. So this past year has been a complete and utter chaos. Don't you agree? What a mess. Well, as soon as that happened in March of 2020, when everything seemed to shut down and the world was on quarantine, I thought, oh crap, this is not a good time. Things aren't going to do well if things are shut down. So we need to be smart. We did two things. We cut back our expenses like a beast. Canceled services we didn't need. Did some additional side hustles, did a lot of side hustles to increase our income. Don't always rely on your job income. You got to do side hustles in order to increase extra money. So we took all of that and we started throwing it into a savings account. Any dollar we could save, anything, threw into the savings, and built up $13,000. So I looked the other day on my savings account for that $13,000. It's right now paying me an interest in the savings account of 0.40%. Not too bad, right? But that gives me a total, if you calculate some basic math, $52 a year in interest income just for having $13,000 sitting in a savings account. Well, that's not bad, right? But I can make more. And even this account used to pay very well in interest rate, and it used to pay 1.20%. That was really good. Those were good days. So think about it. If my $13,000 was sitting in it today at a 1.2% interest rate, that would be about $156 per year in interest. But it's still not the $480 I just figured out how to make. Stay tuned, it's gonna get exciting in just a second. Now you might find yourself with some extra savings like I have. In fact, check out this chart for a second, guys. Look at this. Because of the pandemic, because people were kind of hopefully being smart with their money and not spending it on dumb crap, they probably were in a little bit of a panic mode and stashing away a ton of money. And if you did that, perfectly a good idea, but look at that, 15%. Is the US savings rate. Look at that and compare that from 2000 through 2019, where it averaged about 5 to 8% savings rate. So as you can see, it has absolutely skyrocketed, and I think that's an important thing. You may find yourself with some extra cash, and if that extra cash is sitting in a savings account, it might not be smart to keep it in that savings account. Now, I'm not talking about your emergency fund. You should still have an emergency fund set up in a savings account. The reason for that is you want to be able to pull it out immediately if something hits the fan. So if you need it right away, have that cash available, pull it out, and pay off whatever crap came your way. Hopefully you never have to use it, but this money that I'm talking about is in excess to your emergency fund. So what did I do? I transferred that $13,000 out of the savings account, bid farewell to my $52 per year in interest, and I decided to invest it in a dividend-paying stock. You know I've been talking a lot about dividends on this channel, guys, and this is no different, because if you just understand for a second the power of dividend income, you start realizing how this can pay off over a long period of time. I'm about to show you a really cool example. You will jump through freaking walls to ensure that you get the dividend payments that you deserve. Now, let me be transparent. What I started thinking as we saved this up and things started to settle down after the pandemic, I thought, okay, I want to take this $13,000 and eventually slam my mortgage with it. I want to be able to pay down the mortgage, but I'm going to wait until maybe the last payment. I want to pay off my mortgage early. This could be that monumental final payment. But why not make extra money on it in the interim? If I can make an extra $480 a year, that's going to help reinvest that into that, which theoretically I could have more money to pay down on my final mortgage payment, therefore getting me out of mortgage debt a lot earlier. Oh man, this is awesome. Not only that, I want to make sure it's a very good, conservative, confident dividend paying ETF or dividend paying stock that's not going to screw me. What I mean by that is I don't want to invest it in something that could have a high volatile environment where all of a sudden maybe my $13,000 drops down to $8,000 because the market dips a little bit. I don't want to have to deal with that and wait it out for another 10 years if it takes that long to grow back up to my initial investment. I need something that's sturdy, that's safe, and that's going to guarantee me an income. What could that be? Oh yeah, a REIT. REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust. That is what we're going to talk about today that I'm putting my money into. So let me get right down to the chase. I looked at a couple things. In fact, I got my notes over here. I looked at things like Stag. Stag is that nice REIT that kind of invests in things like the Amazon warehouses and things like that. Those are the real estate, basically the buildings that Amazon operates out of. Pretty cool. They pay right now a 12-cent dividend per share every single month. So with my $13,000, I could get around 370 shares of Stag, which gives me $532.80 per year in dividend income. But instead of Stag, I'm going to do another one that has a little bit more of a longer track record, and that is something that I've been super excited about. I know a lot of people out here in the YouTube community are excited about this REIT as well, and that is, you may have guessed it already, O. Realty Income, ticker symbol O, right now pays out 23 cents per share every single month. So every month I'm going to have income. And with my $13,000, right now I can get right around 195 shares. So if I do that, that gives me $538.20 per year. A little bit more than Stag. O could be considered a little bit overvalued compared to Stag, but I'm not worried about that right now. I think O is that nice conservative investment strategy to put in my $13,000. And heck, if I don't need it for another 2 or 3 years, because about that time is when I'll need it to do my final mortgage payment, I can just let it kind of generate some dividend income. And let me be real for a second. I'm probably going to get so excited about this and this investment strategy that I won't want to actually pull the money out of the market, which is smart because I don't want to deal with losing out on that dividend income. So I might just get screwed with this money anyway, but that's okay. Who cares? Now, this is not financial advice. And I say that all the time because it's important. This is for your entertainment. I want you to do what's smart for you. I want you to do your own research, consult a financial advisor, and do what's right so that way you can make the best financial decision based on your circumstances. I want to look at the fact that if I'm taking this $13,000 that's just sitting around because I saved up a ton of money, just like most of the United States, thanks to the graph that I showed you earlier, I could really stand to make extra money. Who doesn't want a $480 raise? I mean, honestly, I would like to know the person. I want you to comment down below and let me know if you're that person that would turn down your boss or turn down the ability to earn an extra $400 per year. I really want to meet this person. Why? Anyway, let's talk about this from the back angle. Why I probably won't want to end up taking out this $13,000 in the long haul. Because here's the deal with dividend income. It has a compounding effect. And this compounding effect is why I think investing versus savings is such a smarter idea. Outside of the emergency fund, if you just have extra cash sitting around for no reason at all, put it into something that's a little bit more smart. TrackYourDividends.com. Free to do it. You can hop on there and start doing your own dividend portfolio, basically tracking what you're investing in. So if I put my $13,000 into O, I'm going to start generating about $548.73 per year just on my investment today. And that's why if you take that $548.73 minus out the $52 I was already earning in interest on my savings account, it gives me about $496. So it's even more than I have in the title, which is $480. But who cares? An extra $500 roughly, give or take, per year? Nah, come on. But here's where it gets super interesting. If you go over to track your dividends, you can click on the future value. There's one thing that I think people don't really understand when they're new to dividends, and that is the fact that two things are likely to happen. Number one, if it is a good company that you're investing in, it doesn't have to be a REIT. It could be something as simple as a single stock like Apple or like 3M. It doesn't matter what it is. These things typically, if they're doing well and they're a solid company, should continue to grow in their stock value. That means the price per share will continue to rise up. Not only that, the dividend growth factor should also go up. That means that maybe they're making more profits. They're investing in more things. That means that they have more profits to pass on to the investors in the form of dividends. That's going to continue to happen. That's going to continue to grow. So even though right now we're looking at $548.73 per year, if I just continue to sit that in there and don't invest any more into O, I just let it sit there Look at this. In the next 25 years, they're going to pay me an annual dividends $46,664.24 per year. And that's if I don't put any more into O. What if I find some extra money? What if I do an additional side hustle to start and maybe buying an extra share per month? It's $63 or whatever the share price is, and I find a way to make $63 a month, aka buy an extra share of O every single month, and I keep doing that and keep doing that. That 48,000 in 25 years could double, triple, or quadruple depending on how much I scale that up. You want to make $100,000 a year in dividend income? Start it today. Down below, there's a link to both Robinhood and Webull. Those are my two most favorite brokerage apps for this type of thing. You can go in there, you can get free stocks with Robinhood just for signing up. You don't even have to do anything. And start thinking about how you can scale up your dividend paying income. If you're one of those people that have 15% savings rates because you were smart and wanted to save your money, and right now you have nothing to do with that money, you don't know what to do with it other than let it sit in a savings account, instead of buying dumb crap, don't go out and buy a brand new TV or a new car or something that doesn't really do anything for you. Instead, if you put it into a dividend paying portfolio, that could end up being a good thing. In fact, one of the subscribers, aka Sweet Lifer, asked me on the recent live stream that we did, hey, what happens if the stock market goes down? What if it crashes? Here's my thought on that. I'm going to continue to invest in what I believe in. Okay, so O Realty Income, as the example I'm giving today with what I'm doing with my 13,000, is really just something I believe in that I don't really care if it goes up or down. If O dips a little bit, the company's been around since 1969. It has a very long track record. I've done a lot of research on this. I've dug into the company. I understand the company. So if it dips a little bit, that's actually exciting. That means I can buy an additional share for less money. Remember how I said every month I want to buy another share? Well, what if one month it's $63 and then it tanks and it's only worth like $30? It goes in half. Guess what? I get to buy a share for $30, and if I still budgeted to make $60, I can now buy 2 shares for the price of 1. So don't worry about the market going down. The only people that lose are the people that get so scared and they sell when the market goes down, aka they're losing money. Stop panicking. I don't really care what the market's doing. If I have a solid investment portfolio and a solid investment plan, I'm going to keep on doing it. And honestly, at the end of the day, that's kind of boring. Just rinse and repeat. Just keep doing it one after the other, every single month. Let's just buy a share, buy a share, buy a share. But guess what? As boring as it might sound, that's a smart way to do it. Because over the long period of time, that $46,000 a year after 25 years could become $100,000 or more based on how you do it and based on the diversity of your portfolio. If you enjoy this kind of personal finance content, make sure you subscribe to become a Sweet Lifer yourself, and also check out these videos which will help you in continuing your personal finance journey. And until next time, we'll see you on the next video.